Hello everyone, today I have a match for you from ye old Civil War. You can tell that I am still not feeling 100%, and when you do not feel 100% and you cannot think, well, that's the old time to bust out the Mercenary, because if you got no aim, you got no brain, you know damn well you're a Mercenary main. It's a fun class, but it can be pretty simple at times. You can see here I was too busy discarding boxes to actually build my stack, so I had to take some time to actually build up my 10 stacks before I started the match, so obviously the brain not functioning too well right now. The frames are going to kind of shit the bed here for a little bit at the beginning of this match, but they'll get better, I promise. It's just my computer being as trash as I am, which is pretty damn trash right now. So I did not think I could feel worse after yesterday. I thought, you know, how much worse could it get? Oh, my sweet summer child. What a grand and intoxicating innocence that was. It's not better. It definitely got worse. That's okay. I've been told that it's one bad day. So I'm hoping after tomorrow we'll have some actual like energy back in the old game here. But for right now we are just we're stuck. So fortunately, as you can tell, there wasn't much to talk about in this opening fight. We kind of cleaned house. We had dot spreading going on. They have a whole bunch of melee, which is going to be very interesting for us, and hopefully a little demonstration of properly popping cooldowns and managing dealing with a melee class as a mercenary. Now, I see there's a man over here. I get bored very quickly, and so I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll go hang out over here with these lads. They very quickly cap it up, though, so it's a little bit of a bad situation. Why am I walking in here? That man appeared out of the floor. I don't know if you guys saw that. He literally walked out of the floor and then was suddenly there. I would not have engaged these two sentinels if I did not see the sorcerer living in the floor. Now, Noet is a healer here, so I figured, I'll go after Noet first, but quickly realized that's not a winning play. So I'm going to pop my med pack, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to root him up with the old missile blast, and then knock him away so I can pick up the Colto. Now, when you're dealing with melee players, you really want to be managing your knockback so you can knock back as many people as possible and then be focusing down targets so that way you're not trying to dot spread at this point, because if you try to dot spread and get two down at once, that's just a bad time. So we knock down one player and then just keep up the kite whenever we can, whenever we're not rooted. Give him the old CC to get a little further away, and then the Bonkarooski. We did properly manage our cooldown here. We only spent our Colto and our energy shield to get out of that 1v3 and come out alive, so that worked out. And now we're just going to pick out some weaker players. Mercenary can be very punishing for melee players, especially when they are, especially when the merc knows what they're doing. Your biggest tool in your toolkit is going to be, for one, your Missile Blast route. Missile Blast has no CD, and it has the route itself, I think, has like an 8-second cooldown. However, you can be spamming Missile Blast as much as you like. So when you're running away, instead of using your rapid shots, feel free to be using that Missile Blast to root up targets for 2 seconds. It's a very annoying mechanic, and it's very frustrating for a melee player to deal with. So if you're getting chased by a melee player, make sure you're throwing out your Missile Blast whenever it's possible. Secondly, we have our nets. Oh, hello, friend. All right, well, cool. Thanks. I'm just gonna slowly walk away here. He is a power tech, so I am going to pop an energy shield here just in case. We also have the cooldown reduction on energy shield, so we don't really have to worry about blowing it too often. You can already tell that our energy shield cooldown is ticking very quickly because we're getting all these ticks right now, which is rather nice. We're gonna go over to snow and take care of things here. Anyway, yeah, so we have our net after that. Net has a 1.5 cooldown, and it essentially is a very, very, very long route. Net is probably one of the most frustrating abilities to deal with as a melee player. It can be very, very tricky. You have to break to get out of the route, which is just obnoxious, and then you also can't stealth out, and it really, really fucks over a melee player. So if you're getting chased by a melee player, if you don't use your Missile Blast, make sure you use your net afterwards. It is a great ability. Now that's mostly for regs. In ranked, you want to be using it to confirm kills because you can't stealth out, you can't run away, you're kind of stuck where you are. However, in regs, feel free to use it as just like a fuck you, you're not going anywhere. You know, you're going nowhere, I've got you for 3 minutes of playtime, as it were. Next on our abilities of Go Fuck Yourself Melee is our straight up stun. Our stun has a 45-second cooldown, which is very, 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 very handy. Additionally, we have our concussion missile. Now, what concussion missile does is it is a soft CC, which means that if you attack the target after he is stunned, he's going to stop being stunned. However, if you do not attack the target, you can soft CC them for 8 seconds. It's very obnoxious. So what you can do is you can juggle soft CCing someone first and running away. Oh, okay, this man's going to stun us up. Cool, cool, thanks. You can tell he's not doing the most damage with us. I'm going to net him up, and then I'm going to give him the old burst. Now, he can't follow me because I have net on him, and he's just going to fucking die. We also got a little bit of off heals there, or of heals there from our healer friend. Our healer friend is actually going to follow us over here to grass, so that's going to be, you know, fun times over here in the land of grass. However, it's going to quickly devolve into a much more dire situation. You see over here, oh, there's a shadow. There's also going to be a couple of sentinels popping up here in a hot second. Apparently, they didn't feel too great about us coming for their pylon. Finally, we have our jet boost, which has, I think, like an 18-second cooldown. However, we take utility, which means that every time that we are attacked, we are going to be getting our jet boost lowered cooldown. So I'm sorry, it's a 20-second cooldown, and then with the utility that we're taking, we can get it down to like a 10-second cooldown if we're getting consistently attacked. You can see down there in the bottom right of my main bar that my cooldown is very quickly being reduced from jet boost, which is real tasty. All these tools combined give us a great way to deal with melee players. Now, a very determined melee player will still come after you and, you know, kind of deal with all of our bullshit. Oh, yeah, of course, I forgot the most fun of our abilities to get away from melee players, which is our Rocket Out, which has a, I think, 15-second cooldown. There's 2 of them. Essentially, you go flying 15 meters in the backwards direction. It is just, it's real tasty. It is a great toolkit to get away from melee players very, very quickly. You can see here I'm knocking back all the melee, giving him a little bit of the penis. Now, we are kind of fucked here, so I'm going to blow my Reflect to stop them from channeling into me too heavily. We can see our healer heroically ran away from us and did not believe in our system here. So we're just going to slowly waddle my ass away, push him back, give this man the fat net so he can't chase us, give this man the Missile Blast route, I believe. Oh no, the straight CC, I'm sorry, I forgot, to get him away from us. And then we can use the Rocket Out to get over to this med pack and live, therefore not blowing our perfect game. Thank God this man is here. However, this Shadow is also here. That's a damn shame. So we gotta try to knock him back. Apparently he was right out of our range, so we're gonna blow a little bit of our burst here and then rocket away. Now we can tell he's gonna be coming after us still, so we can drop our stealth scan and then fuck him over. Now, unfortunately, we're not paying really much attention to the pylon right now, and our friends here who are also defending the pylon were coming after us, and we kind of just let it go. There's apparently a power tech standing back here, capping up the node, which is a damn shame. And apparently the Shadow goes, lol, idiots, as if the game isn't already over. Apparently he didn't appreciate getting dumpster down in his own pylon in a 2v4. However, that's totally fine. This game is currently over by the fact that it's PNR. They would have to get all 3 of the nodes to come back in this game by now. Also, frankly, this team has been kind of a stomp fest right now. It's not a complete stomp fest, but a pretty heavy stomp fest. However, there is a sin waiting here for us. We kind of figure that out. But, you know, whatever. It's they need to get all 3 pylons at this point to win the game. So, you know, fuck it. It's always interesting to me, the people that feel the need to talk shit and say chat. I have a saying that goes, the amount of in-game shit talk is inversely correlated with the amount of in-game skill. If you're going to take time out of your day to talk shit about regs and SWTOR, like, they're typically, 9 times out of 10, the player is actually fucking trash. So, just something to keep in mind whenever you're dealing with players who are a little bit toxic. Is if they're being toxic in chat, they're probably shit. Now, we're going to run this guy away and then hit him with a fat net so he can't chase me down anymore. Now, he's going to break the net, so we're going to knock him back and then run back to our team. Adios. Adios. Yep. Oh, barely survived that one. We have our healer over here, thank goodness. Now, the Sin makes a wise decision and doesn't chase us over here, because if he did, he'd get the fat penis. However, there's still more damage to be done, so let's go chase it down if we possibly can. We do have most of our cooldowns back up. We have our energy shield going to be back up in 10 seconds. We have our reflect, and we're going to have our Colto back in 6. So we are more than safe to be running out here without our healer. Our healer has been kind of chilling at our node for a hot second now. and just start tunneling down Miss Noette here. Noette does do fat heals, so is usually a good target to channel down. However, when you go into the situation where it's like, oh, suddenly there's a bunch of melee sitting on you, obviously that poor sentinel there is going to have a very, very, very bad time. So we're just going to slowly waddle away from this, because I don't want any part of that little melee right there. That seems like a very bad time. However, this man decides that he wants me, he likes me, and he wants me, and he's going to bring the rest of his melee friends over here to get me. So fortunately, as a merc, we have a couple of options here to get away from the situation. My favorite is to run back down this way, rocket out, and then we can drop down. Now they have a decision here to make. Do they want to follow us down here, or do they not? If they follow us down here, I can missile blast them and root them and then go and get the Golto. And if they don't follow me down here, well, then I just heal up and we're fine. These guys make the decision to not follow me down here. You can tell that the Sin before him obviously made the decision to follow him down, couldn't get me. It just puts you in a very strong position to either go and get healing from the Golto station or to root them up and just kite them around and make their lives a living hell. So instead of following me into that death, they decide to just leave me alone and I can come back and heal instead. Looks like one of our friends did end up going out and getting that leather pylon, but that was the match. Oh, I opened up the wrong thing. It was a fun one. I hope you guys put these little how to fuck over melee tips and tricks to work, because it worked out pretty well. No deaths, good DPS, some help from my healer here, but it was good. Couple solo kills. It was a good time. Hopefully this Pfizer shit will wear off soon enough, but until then, I'll keep trying to put out this content, because you're worth it. So peace, ta-ta.